Bitcoin to 745,000 sounds absolutely ridiculous, but this is where some analysts are projecting for it to be in the next 2 to 5 years. Cathie Wood is projecting it's going to 1.2 million, and the CEO of MicroStrategy is projecting it to be 13 million. I know some of these projections sound crazy, but I will show you a strategy that helped this guy make $1 million. And before we get into the perfect strategy on how the average Joe can capture some of the gains and make $1 million, let's take a look at this video that would explain Bitcoin projection a little bit more. And this video was brought to you by Infinity Tax, so click on the link below for a free guide on how to pay zero in taxes.
We have a 2030 target. In our base case, it's around $650,000. In our bull case, it's between $1 and $1.5 million. Now, remember, we were the first public asset manager to gain exposure to Bitcoin in 2015 at $250. And we still, at 90,000, I think we have a long way to go. Why? Well, first of all, we're getting regulatory relief here. And I think that's one of the most important things coming out of this administration. We will get regulatory relief on all kinds of innovation, including healthcare. So the other thing is we're looking at Bitcoin now being viewed as a new asset class. It's not just a global monetary system. It's a new asset class. And what that means is institutions and asset allocators generally are saying, wait a minute, this asset is behaving differently from all of our other assets. We need to include. So I think that's the next big move. And and if you look at years where the Bitcoin has halved and the inflation rate has gone down to 0.9, it's usually had a nice big move.
We just sold that bond at 55% premium, 0 coupon, 5 years. It's the biggest crypto convert in history.
It's a 0.
And by the way,
that's interesting.
0. And we're the only company in the world that's ever issued 5 converts in a single year. So we are dominating the convert market as well as the equity and the options market in Bitcoin-related securities.
I know you're obviously super bullish on Bitcoin. We had a guest here in the 6 o'clock hour. I don't know if you had an opportunity to see him. He said he believed that it is plausible that Bitcoin gets to $1 million a coin literally in the next year, given what he thinks may happen in Washington as it relates to this new Trump administration.
Well, my long-term forecast is 21 years, 29% ARR. Right now, we're 60% ARR. It'll decelerate toward 20% ARR over the next 21 years, and the volatility will decelerate from 60 vol to 20 or 25 vol. So that's my outlook. I think that the red wave was incredibly bullish. Basically, the red wave converted headwinds into tailwinds. Instead of a 20% headwind, it becomes a 20% tailwind. So I would be more bullish based upon the red wave. But ultimately, I think the right way to think of it is it's always going to be the stronger capital asset versus a conventional S&P index.
I wouldn't bet my entire life savings that Bitcoin's going to go up, but it's been averaging almost doubling every year for 11 years. What if it does one more year, right?
Would you bet your life it's not going to 0?
I used to tell people it could definitely go to 0 to try and be, conservative. I don't think it's possible now. 50 million people in the U.S. own it, 300 million people globally. BlackRock and Fidelity are selling it. Like it really has reached escape velocity.
But you're 745,000. I mean, I heard 13 million from Michael Saylor the other day.
I think it can go. It's going up 3 orders of magnitude since we launched our fund. I think it could go up a 4th. And that puts it at 15 trillion market cap, which it still seems relatively small versus 500 trillion of financial assets.
Bitcoin is going to hit $100,000 long before the holiday, I think. It's so close, and there's no resistance here. This is the crypto of choice for financial institutions and sovereign wealth. They don't care about anything else, just Bitcoin. And so the aspect of mining it gets more complex. Big debate about the electricity needed to do this. But at the same time, it's an alternative asset here to stay.
Weren't you over there in Qatar? There was something to do with a crypto conference over there. You had something to do with it?
Yes, I was there. We still do
was
not.
That the springboard?
Well, the truth is, sovereign wealth has still yet to get involved. People keep talking as if they are, not yet. But when they come on, this will go and go and go and go because they're agnostic to the price. They're going to hold it for 10 years.
So here's the strategy. The goal is to find a crypto broker and sign up for weekly or daily purchases of Bitcoin for the next 5 to 10 years. Take a look at this guy who's been buying $30 worth of Bitcoin daily for 7 years, and now he has $1 million worth of Bitcoin. Dollar cost averaging might be the best way to participate in Bitcoin if you don't have a lump sum of money to invest all at once, or if you can't stomach the drawdown in Bitcoin, which could be pretty steep. Before you invest in anything, make sure to do your own personal research, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and click on the link below for the free guide on how to pay zero in taxes for Infinity Tax. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.